Cell, unit of life. First, which creatures do you see around you? Crawling insects in the grass, animals, trees, your friends, etc. You have also seen different kinds of houses and huge buildings. You all know that the walls of houses are made by adding bricks to each other. The structure of bricks in a building is very simple. Similarly, all living organizations are made up of cells, but the structure of cells is very complex in organizations. You will study its structure in detail later in this chapter. Discovery of cells. An English scientist, Robert Hooke, 1635 to 1702, at first studied a thin layer of cork under a simple microscope. Cork is a part of a tree bark. He observed many small compartments in the thin layer of cork which were similar to honeycomb. He also observed that each compartment was separated from other by a wall. Robert named each compartment as a cell. In this way, Robert Hooke discovered the cell in year 1665. He also observed that a cell wall in the thin layer of cork. Detailed study of cells became easy after the invention of improved microscopes having high magnification. Now, the word cell is derived from the Latin word cellula, which means a small chamber. And in turn, when Lillian Hooke observed living cells for the first time in Alec Protoja in the year 1674 with the help of a self-made microscope. Let us perform this activity to observe the onion peel with the help of a microscope. Activity 1. Take a piece of onion. Remove the onion peel with the help of forceps and put it on a slide. Cut the peel into a smaller pieces using a blade. Put a drop of water on the peel. Now place a cover slip on the piece of peel. Now observe this slide under a compound microscope. If a drop of safran is added to the peel, the nucleus would become red and can be seen clearly. Observations. It is observed that there are large number of regularly arranged cells in onion peel which look like brick walls. Conclusion. Onion peel is made up of large number of cells similar to the walls of a building, which are made by adding many bricks to each other. Discuss what would happen if we remove the bricks from a wall one by one. Utility of a stain. A cell is stained by a proper stain so that we can study its structure under a microscope. Different chemical stains are used to stain different components of a cell. Various cells and tissues, saffron is one of them. Now we can say that all organizations are made of innumerable microscopic units which are called cells. Now we can say that cell is the structural and functional unit of an organization which can perform all functions of life independently. Cell is a combination of different components and is capable of self-reproduction. Hence, cell is a fundamental unit of life. Depending. Do all the organizations have similar cells? Can you tell that the egg of a hen is a single cell or a group of cells? Depending on various functions, cells have a different shape and size, but some structural and specific features remain same in all of them. Now tell who discovered cell? Robert Hooke discovered cell. Who observed the living cell at first? Anton van Leeuwenhoek. What is the fundamental unit of life? Cell is called the fundamental unit of life. Cell structure, shape, type and nature. Cells are of a different size which may vary from 1 micrometer to 100 um. Microplasma has the smallest cell 0.1 whereas the egg of an ostrich is the largest cell, whose length is 170 mm and width is 130 mm. The longest cell of the human body is the nerve cell, which may be longer than 1 meter. Cells have different shapes, such as round, square, polygon, oval, spindle, elongated, irregular shape. Can you guys how many cells does a human body have? In the previous class, you have studied about nutrition in amoeba. You know how a unicellular amoeba ingest, digests, absorbs, and excretes food. It also carries out growth and reproduction. Such organizations are called unicellular e.g. amoeba. Human body and other animals like elephant or large sized plants are made up of billions and trillions of cells. These cells have different shapes, size, and nature. A group of similar cells from the same origin get together to carry out a specific function and form a tissues. Two or more than two tissues together form organs. These organs carry out one or more than one function. All the organs of the body function together and perform all the functions of life. Such organizations are called multicellular. You will be surprised. You will be surprised to know that the life of an organization with trillions of cells also starts from a single cell, which is a fertilized egg. Multiplication takes place inside a fertilized egg. As a result, number of cells increases due to adaptation and growth of cells. Hence, egg is a single cell and it can be seen with naked eyes because of its big size. Now tell what are the different shapes of a cell: round, square, polygonal, oval, spindle, elongated, and irregular shapes. Give an example of unicellular organizations. Amoeba. What is a tissue? Tissue is a group of similar cells from the same origin that together carry out a specific function. Cell components. Specific functions. Cell components. A detailed study of a cell could be carried out after the invention of electron microscope in the 19th century. Differentiation can be seen in the internal structure of cells too. But the three main components of all the cells are cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. The outmost covering of a cell is called the cell membrane. In plants, there exists a cell wall surrounding the cell membrane. The substance between the cell membrane and nucleus is called the cytoplasm, in which various other components or organelles of cells are present. Let us know about the cell components in detail. Cell membrane is the outermost layer of the animal cell, whereas in plants a thick layer is found outside the cell membrane, which is called the cell wall. Find out what is the function of a cell wall in plants. Why is it found in plants only? Cell membrane which is also called the plasma membrane is porous and always the flow of limited substances in and out of the cell, so it is selectively permeable. Cell membrane separates cells from one another and from surroundings. It provides a definite shape to the cells and protects the internal components of the cells. Cytoplasm, this is the jelly-like substance present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. It is a granular, semi-liquid, translucent substance. Various other components such as mitochondria, Golgi, bodies, ribosomes, chloroplast, lysosomes, etc. are found in these. Nuclear, the living component of a cell, generally located in the center of the cell, but in plant cell it found slightly away from the center. It is generally spherical. Generally, one cell contains only one nucleus. Nuclear plasma, chromosome, nuclear porous. Now these two generally a single nucleus is found in a cell, but in some organizations, so such as paramecium, there are two nuclei present. Many nuclei are found in Rhizopus, a fungus. Nucleus is generally absent in the red blood cells of human beings, but it is present in the red blood cells of camels. A developed nucleus is found in all fully developed cells, which is surrounded by a double membrane called the nuclear membrane. This membrane also has pores. These pores are called the nuclear pores. Nuclear membrane is not found in undevelopment cells such as bacteria. As a result, a nucleus is absent there. Nucleoplasm is found inside the nuclear membrane. The movement of material between the cytoplasm and the nucleoplasm takes place through the nuclear pores. This movement of material is controlled by nuclear membrane. Nucleoplasm nucleus along with the cytoplasm together are known as protoplasm. Protoplasm is the physical basis of life because all the ancient life functions of a cell depend on this. Now tell what are the three main components of a cell: cell membrane, nucleus, and cytoplasm. What is the outermost layer of a plant cell called? Cell wall. Name the cell organelles found in the cytoplasm: nucleus, mitochondria, Golgi, bodies, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. Nucleus of a cell can be seen easily by staining it with a stain called hematoxylin under the microscope. If we look through high magnification capacity microscope, we can see the structure of a nucleus clearly. We can see a smaller spherical dense body called the nucleus. In addition, we also see thread-like structures called chromosomes. These chromosomes carry genes from one generation to another. Now the nuclei of bacteria and blue-green algae are not well defined. As in multicellular organizations, the cellular membrane around the nucleus of these organizations is absent. Such cells are called prokaryotic cells. The organizations which such cells are called prokaryotes, e.g. coli bacteria. The cells of onion peel and cheek cells have a well organized nucleus with a nuclear membrane. Such cells are called eukaryotic cells. All the multicellular organizations are eukaryotes. Words of wisdom. Genes are the carriers of hereditary characteristics which are found on the chromosomes in the form of granular structures. Gene transfers hereditary characteristics from parents to offspring. So, for example, if parents are tall, then the offspring are also tall. If a mother has blue eyes, then there is a possibility that the offspring also has blue eyes. However, the different combination of genes from two parents may result in similar or different characteristics. Can we observe human cells also under a microscope as we observed onion peel cells? You have observed plant cells in onion membrane. There is a blank looking structures in the cytoplasm, which is called the vacuole. Generally, large vacuoles can be seen in plant cells. Animal cells can easily be seen under a microscope by scraping the inner layer of a cheek. Let's observe this with the help of the following activity. Activity 2. Gently scrape the inner layer of your cheek with the help of a toothpick. Place the scraping on a glass slide. Add a drop of water to this. Now add 1-2 drops of methylene blue solution or iodine solution. Cover it with a cover slip and observe it under a microscope. Observation: several irregular shaped cells can be seen in the scraped cheek layer. You can see the layer membrane, the cytoplasm, and the nucleus. What else did you see? Note down in your notebook. Did you see a cell wall? Cell wall is an additional structure which is found in plant cells. Plant cells need protection against variation in temperature, high wind speed, atmospheric moisture, etc. Hence, this thick cell wall provides protection to the plant cells. Plants cannot move, so they get affected by this variation. Do you now come to know why is cell wall essential? We have learnt cell is the structural and functional unit of all living beings. Robert Hooke discovered cells for the first time in the year 1665. Various stains are used to stain different components of cells. Cells are of different shapes and sizes. The main three parts of a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm, and nucleus. Protoplasm is the physical basis of life. Cell wall and chloroplasm are found in plant cells.